Good stuff. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me for another special health focus. Just off the recording, we were talking about a dental care or mouth oral health care regime that I'm following or starting to follow, and I really like it. So far, so good. I will continue to report back to you, but it is following the guidance of Dr. Ellie Phillips, DDS. I have to sort of angle this just right, because otherwise you just see a, there we go. Can you see it? Yes. Kiss your dentist goodbye. Yeah, it's some really interesting information and ideas. And this doctor particularly, this dentist, I should say, particularly thinks of xylitol as a fantastic product. It's a kind of sugar taken from birch trees, but it is basically, she even says you can use it instead of toothpaste. So yeah, not what you would normally think of as sugar. So yeah, I will report back and I will share information about that as I go. As I say, I really like it. I've been recently very concerned about my gums because I grind my teeth at night, and I've been given a gum guard from my dentist, but actually I found the gum guard was irritating my gums. And maybe I wasn't cleaning it as well as I should be because I'd just been using a toothpaste and toothbrush. And I think actually the gum guard created an issue with my gums. So I'm now trying to rectify that. And Dr. Ellie suggests that you don't use gum guards. So I'm actually trying to teach myself not to grind my teeth at night, and with some success actually so far. Literally, I find if I lie on my back, I'm far less likely to grind, and when I lie on my sides I grind my teeth. So I'm lying more on my back at the moment. That's me personally. If you have any experience of this yourself, please do let me know. It's all very interesting. But Tai Chi is holistic practice, so we're interested in your health in every way, and actually oral health is really important for general health, which is why I've been focusing on it so much. But anyway, I will continue to report back as I get on. But for now, let's do some Tai Chi. So I'm going to get you up. If you're able to get up, please. If you need to remain seated, that's okay. But if you'd like to sit towards the front of your chair, make sure you are safe and you're not going to fall off your chair. Sorry, there is some light pollution. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set you in motion, and then I'm going to see if I can pull a curtain to get rid of that extra light shining in. So let's go into the four corners of the hips. Good. And I want you to breathe and relax into that movement. Now, if you have to sit, you can still do this exercise, but then it becomes a mind exercise of feeling into one corner and then the next and the next. So keep that going, please, for a moment while I try and sort out the light shining in. The joys of these autumn days. There we go. It's a lot darker, but good. Okay, let's change direction, please. Good. Now, I'm just back from the most amazing training course. We've been very lucky to have it every year, apart from the COVID years, of course, when everything was locked down. But our Master Chen Yin Jun, the Grand Master's son, was over in Donegal, and so we had 4 days, which meant 24 hours of the most amazing Tai Chi practice. And we always started with this exercise and variations on this exercise because it is so good at helping to rebalance the pelvic cavity, the hips, even the spine, and it strengthens the legs. It's just a jolly good exercise. So if you are not completely chair-bound, I would recommend doing this exercise at least. It's brilliant because you don't move your feet. So there's less worry about falling, and you could hold on to a tabletop or back of chair just to give you that little extra support. Good. So let's come back into the center, and we'll take the weight into one side and gently rotate down the legs. Breathe. So yeah, I've just had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I have not felt so well for over a year. It really is a health practice, Tai Chi. Let's change direction. And when you're under the guidance of a master, they can just tweak things so that everything is flowing, energy is flowing so much better in the body. Shaking out, please, and you feel so much better. But the core of the Chen training is standing practice. And I say that, you might think, well, I can't stand. But standing practice is the name. It actually means posture and alignment practice. Let's change direction, please. And that's at the key to health in Tai Chi, in Chen style Tai Chi, let alone good practice, just to feel well. And I can 100% qualify that. I felt so well at the weekend, but we spent most classes, we had 2 classes a day for 4 days, 3 hours each class. And for most classes, we spent 20 minutes standing, just standing perfectly still and quiet. And one day we spent 45 minutes like that. So you could do that seated. And if even seated, sitting in an upright posture and relaxing, if that is too much, because it is actually hard work, then of course you could actually lie in bed in good posture and relax deeply into your body. And it would also give you very good, good results. Let's turn our center, please. So I'm galvanized into my standing again. And that's one of the things every time I go to train with the master, it's a galvanizing process. You just feel, oh my goodness, this is so good. I want to do more of this. Of course, he does hands-on correction, which I can't do for you through the screen, but I can give you some guidance as to how to get there yourself. But even just verbal guidance, doing a little bit of standing or alignment practice every day, it pays dividends. It really does. Good. Release, relax out of this. Good. Let's take a slightly wider stance, and we're going to sit down. So we sit back a little bit and down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull across to one side and then feel to the big toe, to the little toe, and round the toes to the outside edge of the heel, and then draw across again, opening, and repeat. So we're drawing out of the leg and then feeling to the big toe, little toe, and to the edge of the heel and across. Good. And as you come across, you're feeling your way. So we're really thinking of circling around one leg at a time. The other leg is just sort of taking your weight and helping you, but you're really just focusing on one side, doing this little draw across and circle around, across, big toe, little toe, outside of heel and across. Good. Breathe into it. Good. And let's change sides. So now we're going to draw across, feel to the big toe, to the little toe, round the side to the outside of the heel. Again, draw across, big toe, little toe, draw your weight into the other leg and around. So you're opening the hip and then a gentle circle round. Breathe. Good. Now, if you're seated again, you're not able to move your hips, but you can still feel your way. Feel the big toe, feel the little toe, and the edge of the foot to the heel. Now, people sometimes say, I can't feel my feet. That's okay. Feel for your feet or visualize, actually look. So you can look at your big toe, look at your little toe, look at the outside edge of the heel. And where you look focuses your energy. Where you feel for something focuses your energy. And that in turn will help things move along. Good, let's walk our feet in. Good. And very gently, we're just going to sway and stretch down the leg. Sway and stretch down the leg. Breathe. Good. Let's come back up into center. And we're going to do a very gentle turning of the waist this time. So it's the same exercise we did a few minutes ago, but this time it's like you are wading through water. Feel a little bit of resistance and breathe. Good, lovely. Excellent. Now, let's come together and we're going to do a wee seated standing practice. Now, of course, if you wish, you can do standing practice, but I'm going to invite you to sit because I want you to get into the way of realizing that you don't have to be standing to get the benefits out of your Tai Chi. Of course, standing does have a little bit more to give you because it's really building stamina and endurance. But there's still some stamina and endurance to be gained from seated practice. The thing is, when people sit, they tend to collapse. And I have a student in one class that we did a seated relaxation. I thought, okay, I'll be gentle with them. And she says, you know, after maybe 2 minutes, I can't hold the posture anymore. I just collapse. I just can't do it. It's just too hard. And this is common because when we sit, we tend to collapse. It's quite natural for us in our way of being. We haven't been taught from an early age that we must sit upright and straight and, you know, like this. So if that is the case, if you physically cannot maintain a good lengthened posture, it's not the end of the world. That's why chairs have backs. So if you have to, you can sit your bum right the way back to your chair and allow the chair back to support you. Now, what you might find, for me, actually, my lower back is supported here, so I'm actually able to support my upper back quite comfortably. In fact, if I were to lean back into the chair, do you see that I'm now not vertical? I'm going a little bit back. I'm about 10 degrees or so back. So that's not what we want. We want to let the chair support you if you need to, enough that you can then support yourself. But I want you to make sure that you can reach the floor with your feet. So picking your chair for this kind of practice is very important. If you're dangling, you're uprooted, you can't easily feel stable and connected and reassured. So I want you to be able to reach the floor. So you may have to shop around for a chair that is the right height, or get yourself a little footstool or support that can then you can plant your feet on. So it's okay actually to allow the chair to do some of the work for you if you need to. If you don't need to, don't. And that's something that if you can't reach the floor easily, then sitting forwards right at the front of your chair is a good option. You can reach the floor more comfortably, and then we're supporting ourselves. But what we want to do is avoid collapsing. As soon as you collapse, you're losing the benefits of this practice. You might feel relaxed, but your central nervous system will not be gaining the benefits in all their glory. So make sure your seated position is comfortable. Make sure that you're not going to collapse. Honestly, I collapse a little bit every time I do this practice, so I have to keep reminding myself. It's not that I can't stay upright, but sometimes I lose a little bit of my posture as I go. So I remind myself, and that's fine. Okay, so we're planting our feet to the floor. We're floating up through the top of the head, and our chin is slightly down and back. Now, if you're standing, good for you, then bring your arms down to your sides. And in fact, let's all do that. Let your arms dangle down. In fact, lengthen your fingers just a little bit all the way down towards the floor. Now, if it's comfortable and if it feels safe for you to do so, I encourage you to try closing your eyes. But if your balance isn't great, or if you don't feel secure doing that, that's fine. Just gaze gently ahead. We're going to take a moment or two in silence, simply to arrive here and now, listening to the breath, listening to the body. Calm down. And listen behind you. Good. Now we're going to very gently and slowly float the arms up. And not just up, but can you picture that you're holding a pillow against your body? I'm going to show you it from the side. So it's not too far out. You're not stretching your arms way forwards. Your hands aren't flat against your body. You have about one hand's width, length between your body and your arms. And it's soft, a soft and gentle floating of the arms. Now, as you do this, I want you to think of breathing and feeling into your whole body. You can imagine all the tension that our body holds. Just to get us through our day or with any stress, the body holds a lot of tension. But as we do this practice, I want you to think of every cell that's being held a little bit tight, just gently releases and relaxes and opens a little bit. So you can think of every cell in your body like a flower, like a rosebud. And as you breathe, think of that relaxation in the out breath as letting every cell unfold a little bit and bloom and open. Now, this is what we call relaxation in Tai Chi and Chinese medicine. It's not collapsing, it's allowing everything to relax so that everything gently opens a little bit. It spreads out and releases through relaxation. And it gives us a feeling of buoyancy, almost like you're floating. We feel gravity pulling us down, but as we breathe and as we feel into every cell in the body, everything just releases and opens a little bit, giving us a feeling of fullness and lightness. Breathe into your body And any sensations, acknowledge them, be aware of them. If there's tension, feel into it, breathe into it, let go through it, let it melt. If there's pain, breathe into it, feel into it, don't run away from it, just be with it for a moment and let go through it. If pain remains or persists, that's okay. You can just very gently bring your practice to a close. This is not about suffering through anything, but rather letting go into the system, breathing into it, which allows energy to flow and in turn allows the system to heal. Well done. Let's very gently and slowly lower the arms down. Let's relax them all the way down. Good, well done. Let's cover center now. So when we stand, we're building our energy. But after we stand, we bring the hands to center. And just relax your arms against your body. So we're relaxing the hands against the belly. We're relaxing the elbows down and in, just comfortably. We're not tightening them, we're just letting them hang. And we're feeling the touch from the hands flowing into the belly. Just breathe into that feeling. You may notice that by relaxing the hands against the belly, there is a bit of pressure that goes into the belly. You'll feel that relaxation translates as a little pressure. And it goes into the body about a couple of inches. So just feeling that sensation of the weight of your hands relaxing against your belly, and breathe into it. Now this is helping our energy to come to center. So in effect, we are recharging our batteries. We're bringing it back home to the center of the body, ready to be used again. But after we've done a stand or sit or even lying down, then we want to circulate the energy. So we're going to rub the tummy and think of the energy inside the belly as swirling around with the hands. We keep the rest of the body relatively still. So we're expressing movement in stillness. Just gently rubbing your tummy. Good, and let's change direction. Just think of that swirling energy inside the belly, moving with the hands. Good, and cover center again. And again, we just relax as much as we can, keeping good posture, keeping the top of the head floating up and the chin slightly down and back. And we're breathing into the touch of the hands flowing into the belly. This helps us to center. It helps us to recover from our exercise. Even sitting or standing still is exercise that actually requires quite a lot of energy. So bringing the hands back to center brings the energy back to center so that we can recover. Good, let's release the hands gently from the stance and have a little bit of movement. Good. So according to Chen's style, standing practice is unique and very important, like so important for our general health and structure. And actually, I find doing standing practice in my class with the master, I was then able to go on. If you'd like to put your chair away for me now, please. I was then able to go on to do movements within form that I have never been able to do before. Now, I've done the standing practice before with the master, but I hadn't attained that particular level of alignment. But I was able to do really deep stances that I've just not been able to do with strength before. I was able to go down and come up, but I was really struggling. But having done the standing practice and attained a particular level of alignment, very fine-tuning alignment, I was actually able to do what I just did there. I wasn't able to do that before. I could maybe have gone down halfway of that with some strength before it just went wobbly. So strength actually has sometimes less to do with actual muscle strength and more to do with alignment and relaxation. When we align our system well, it becomes strong. Think of a car, and the chassis of the car is in perfect alignment. The car will function very well for a very long time. But if there's a wee kick to the alignment, maybe your car was in an accident before, or the chassis was slightly bent, it might drive okay for a while, but the tires will wear out, the engine will wear out. This actually happened to my dad. He got an old vintage car and it went through 2 engines in the time he had it because the chassis was out of alignment and it was breaking the engine. So our system is very complex. If we can align it, it will function really well. If we're constantly working on a twist or a kink, it just won't function so well. So okay, the master isn't there with you doing all little tweaks and corrections, but next time you are standing, can you make sure that you're standing on both feet equally? The number of times that I see people talking like this, they're standing on one hip with one foot released, and that puts the whole spine in a kink. So just doing that can be enough to knock your system out of good alignment. So when you're sitting, you don't have to sit like a robot, but every so often check, am I sitting nice and straight? Is my weight equally on both sides of the body? Are my feet planted? Try to avoid sort of asymmetrical and twisted positions. So, you know, if you're sitting in your chair looking at the television for hours on end, are you sat on a twist? Either twisting in your hips or your waist or your head turned, because all of these things will affect your actual alignment. Try to sit straight on to your television and try to sit in conversation looking straight at people rather than having to sit and turn your head or turn your body. All of these things actually have an effect. Okay. All right, so let's have a look at our Chen style now. We've been doing a little bit of silk reeling and we've been doing our 9-step form. Let's do some silk reeling today before we do our 9-step form. So we're going to do our stepping back arm positions. Can you stand with your feet level, please? Floating up through the top of the head and reach one arm forwards. Releasing belly, hips, and knees. Relax shoulder, elbow, and hand, and place the other hand level with mid-hip facing down. Now we're going to do a little twist. So we're twisting towards the lower hand and both hands twist. Do you see that? So the lower hand, the heel of the hand is pushing out and the thumb edge is turning. So if I show you from here, like that, yes? And the front hand is twisting to face up. Release, turn the waist, and we make a big arc around and twist. So same again, you're turning, pressing the heel of the hand out and turning the thumb in towards you a little bit and the front palm facing up, and release. Turn and twist. Release. Turn and twist. Release. So the turn rotates the arms. The twist at the end is just an exaggeration of those two twists. Yeah. Heel of hand pressing out, palm facing up. Keep going, please. Good. I'm going to show you it sideways on. Maybe quarter side on. And twist. Release. Open and turn. The turn necessarily makes it smaller. Release. Turn and twist. Release. Turn and twist. Release. Turn. Good. And rest. Well done. Now you may not notice it, but turning the arms has an effect on your innards. Everything in the body is connected. So whenever you do a movement in one part of your body, you affect every part of your body. So a nice little exercise for you to play with is, if you're seated, have one palm facing up and one palm facing down. Do you see that if I turn? Yeah, so one palm facing up, one palm facing down. And you just very gently turn your waist and flip the hands. One palm facing up, one palm facing down. Gently turn the waist to flip the hands. Now, I often think of this as preparing pizza dough. Do you ever see those fancy pizza parlors where they spin and throw the pizza dough up in the air? But they also do this thing where they throw the pizza dough from one hand to the other and catch it like that. Yes. So you can play with it fast if you like, and then you can slow it down to make it more Tai Chi-like, more mindful. And you're turning and flipping the hands over, turning and flipping the hands over. Now, this rotation has an effect. It's massaging the meridians, the energetic highways that run from your fingertips up your arms into your body. Very good. But it's also working the brain. This is a good wee exercise for neural plasticity. Very good. So the exercise that we just did is this movement with a little bit of finesse, but that's all it is. Instead of turning, we're circling and then drawing in. One palm up, one palm down. Good. Release. Turn the waist, circle and draw in. Release, circle and draw in. Front palm facing up and the lower hand facing down and out. Good, well done. So that's something to play with, please. And relax. Let's take a breath. Good. Okay. So we're going to address the 9-step in various ways. Last week, we looked at back view and we looked at front view mirrored. Today, we're going to start with front view mirrored and we're going to make it all front view. So this is an adaptation for screen. And I know mirrored doesn't suit everybody, but I think it will be useful. And actually what you can do is just copy me whatever way you can. So that's fine. If you want to flip it in your head, you can do that. You're more intelligent than I am if you can, but you can do that. So we're going to start, we're going to go all the way through the 9-step form in the first instance, but we're leaving out the turns and we're just facing each other. So this is your left hand Yes, can you wave your left hand? Yeah, this is your left leg. Okay, it just takes a bit of getting used to. I am your mirror image. This is your right hand. Yeah, and this is your right leg. Okay. Now, I might not even say right and left too much. Just follow me, please. So we start with our feet together and we lengthen up through the very top of the head, the chin slightly down and back. And again, we take a moment and just be still and breathe into your body, calming down. Good. We're going to release belly, hips, and knees, softening and sinking, pressing the fingers down, filling your right foot, emptying your left foot, lift your left foot, step open to the side, pop the foot down, and fill your weight in between your 2 feet. We're going to breathe in and float up. Fingers level with the shoulders, and breathing out, release and relax down. And we bring the hands level to the belly button, level to the belly. Good. A little turn to the right in order to turn left, scooping or turning your right palm to face in. And a little release up and over to your left, lift your right toes and turn on the heel. So that's turning the whole body. The toes face the corner, relax the foot down, feeding the weight in from underneath into the front foot, release your left foot and step forwards. Notice there's a bit of width between your 2 feet. We circle the arms down and back towards the back foot, and we feed the weight forwards and stretch the arms away from each other. Turning front palm, turning the body, and bring the right hand through. We're going to lift the right hand and make a fist, lower the left palm, turn it over, and relax down, fist into hand. We stretch and lift and stamp down. Good. We're going to release and open to hug ball, and we lift the arms up and over. Let's turn out your left foot and step forwards right side, hand and foot. Fingers are in front of your nose. Gently change arms and feed the back foot through. Good, now stay there. And change arms again. And step through. Okay, so now we're going to make our punch with our left hand, with your left hand. So we find the corner, we're turning the palms and we're relaxing down into your center, and bring your left hand into a fist. Make sure you have a nice straight back, you're nice and relaxed into your belly, and we're going to turn the waist and send the 2 arms in opposite directions. So the elbow is going back as strongly as the fist is coming forwards. Good. Release. Open the fist and bring the palm that was the fist to face in, and the other hand presses forwards. This is called ward-off position. Yeah, very good. Feed the weight back. Roll the hands over. Feed the weight forwards, bringing your hands up towards your ear. Screw into the front leg and fill your back as you fill your hands forwards and relax down. Good. Now we're going to release the right hand and swing it back as the left palm turns to face up. So one hand swings up to the ear, one hand forwards, and we're going to step back, turn your front palm, sitting back and stretch your hands apart. We turn left hand, floats to the corner and up, draw in, step the front foot back, and stretch the arms apart. Keep going. reach to the corner, draw in, step, and turn the front hand, stretch apart. And one more time, ready? We reach to the corner, draw in, and step, stretch the arms apart. One more time. We want 5 steps back. So ready? We draw in, and this time we're going to turn the heel in as you put the foot down. Let that turn your body, fix the front foot, turn it in, and your left hand comes round into a little hook, pinch your fingers and thumb together, and you chop the right hand towards the left knee. Good, now we turn a little bit more to your left, release the hands and untwist, right hand coming up, left hand coming forwards, feed the weight forwards and step down underneath yourself. Step your right foot back and bring the arms, right hand down, left hand up, and relax your hands down. So now, your right hand into fist. Yeah, right hand in fist. Release your front foot and take a more comfortable step. Find your corner. So we relax down into your center. And we're going to punch again, but this time with your right hand punching forwards and your left elbow pushing back. Release and bending a little bit. Open the fist, expand. So one arm up, one arm down. We look back and we let the right hand swing all the way under and bring the right side in. Again, right hand raises, left palm turns, sink down, up and down, release, floating up, level with your chest, relaxing down, level with the base of the body. Think of sealing in your good energy. Point to the floor, floating up, or rather think of releasing. Ah, good. Feeding the weight right and closing left. Well done, and recover, and a wee heel tap. Good. Now let's do that again, but this time I won't talk. I just want you to follow. And at this stage, people tend to go, I can't do that. Actually, you'd be amazed. When I stop talking, you feel all this peace and quiet, which gives you lots of space to just settle in and follow nicely. So let's try it again, please. Are we ready? 1 second, sorry. As you can see, this is a family sitting room. Okay, so sometimes people need things out of it. Right, let's try it again. Ready? Check posture. Relax to center. Just allow yourself to let go and dance your way through. And going. Very good. Well done. Okay, folks. So just for those who are not happy with mirror, what we're going to do is we're going to do the full form. So I'm going to do back view and we're going to do the side stepping as well. So I'm not expecting you to get this perfectly at all. Please don't worry about getting things perfect. As our master said the other day, Tai Chi in principle is perfect, but people aren't perfect. So we can only apply what we can. And then we adapt or we, make do when we can't do the principle. And that's what makes it perfect. And my heart sang when I heard him say this, because that was actually my thesis at university that I chose. That the reason that art is perfect, human art, is because it's imperfect. That machines can make perfect art, but it's soulless. So if you've ever seen a perfect practitioner, you go, yeah, needs to have that little imperfection. So let's have a play now. We'll do the whole form, back view. Follow me as best you can. If you can't see what the hands are doing, don't even worry about it. Just get the arms in the ballpark. Try to get the general gist, the general feel. Let yourself dance your way through this. I say that, I don't mean forget that it's a martial art. You might forget that it's a martial art, but let your body express itself. That this choreography is designed for your health, but your health will bloom if you dance into it rather than just take it like medicine. Are we ready? Okay. Follow me, please. Nice deep breath to begin. Calming, relaxing your way through. Calm down. Listen behind. Ready? Start. up, down, up, down. 2 steps. Sorry, 3 steps, I was right. Prepare and punch. To your left, roll up, feed the weight forwards, fill your back. For 5 steps back. And 5. Sweep, make a hook, and chop. Slight turn to your left, lift your right toes, turn to the front. Feed the weight across, step across, right hand in fist, left hand follows. Release and step. So you're facing your back corner, prepare and punch. Release, expand, turn to the front, bring the right side through. Hammer punch. Let's all do it together. Relax down, right side up and down. Release, float up and relax down. To the base of the body, we pause there. Point to the floor, release, fill right, close left, and recover. Very good. So that's the whole thing with turns, back view, nothing changed, nothing adapted for you. If you find that hellish, don't worry, you can just follow the mirrored view. So use this recording, follow the mirrored view. What you can then do, if you wish, is watch the full thing and see if you can join the dots in your head. The mirror view gives you all the steps, all the hand positions. It's just leaving out these, more full turns. And there is a lot of 3-dimensional movement in Tai Chi. And really, it's just designed for interest, to stop us getting bored, and a nod to the fact that it is a martial art. So if somebody's fighting you, they won't just be coming straight at you. People might come from behind, you might need to turn, and actually turning often gives you power. It gives you the ability to make a chop, for example. So you're not using your arm strength, you're using your whole body. But have a play with the recording. That's why I do these recordings, so that you can revise and just have a go at it at your own time. Let's warm down for now, please. Remember, it's not about getting it all perfect straight away. It's impossible. Tai Chi is a complex, it's a simple art designed for a complex system. Your body is a complex system. So it takes time, lots of time. It's a lifelong practice. It's designed to keep you healthy. It's not designed to get it right perfectly each time. That's not what it's about. We just aim for perfection, and that's the carrot for the donkey. So we just keep aiming for improvement, and we will improve. Let's go down to the legs, please. Cup your hands so that it's nice and comfortable, and just pat all the structures. This in itself is a healing practice. It helps the blood flow, it helps your energy flow, and it helps your body know exactly what you want it to do. If you pat your leg, it sends energy and blood to your leg, down to the feet. Be gentle, please, be kind. You don't need to whack yourself hard, just a gentle pat, and the body responds very nicely. Good, let's go to the shoulders. Good. When it comes down to it, everything is intent based. So we're intending to do our Tai Chi for our health. We're intending that our practice is gentle and kind, and therefore we get good results. There is absolutely no need for the no pain, no gain mentality. We're not aiming for pain. Pain is not actually a goal, but when it happens for a reason, and it's telling us that something needs to change. So pain is not the enemy. It's an antagonistic friend, but we have to treat it with respect. And we're certainly not chasing pain. We're not going, come on, more pain. No, we want to feel nice and happy and comfortable in our body. So let's do a little bounce, please. If you're standing, you can lift off your heels and just gently drop and let the body go floppy. If you're seated, you can shrug your shoulders and drop nice and floppy as well. You can bounce your body if you're standing but don't want to bounce the heels. Just let everything go nice and floppy and stand. Breathe and listen to your body, please. What do you feel? Lots of tingling, lots of buzzing. This is your energy, your life force expressing itself through your body. Breathe into it, feel into it, and let's guide those hands back to center. Relaxing your hands against your belly, hug your elbows gently in, and breathe into your belly, feeling into it. Calming down into the belly. And feel your energy is stronger. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me today, folks, and working so hard. Every effort will bring dividends. So let's salute, please. Right hand in fist, left hand straight. Thank you so much. Xue Sang Hao. And I look forward to seeing you next time.